Hi, Dr. K.
And Teri J.
And today we're going to talk about the negative pattern of worry.
Yeah, worry. I think we worry because we want to have control about the future. And like some worrying or some anxiety, worrying is kind of like anxiety, is actually healthy. We look both ways because we worry there could be a car when we cross the street. We worry if we're going to be able to feed ourselves. That's survival. But too much of it is actually very, very toxic on our immune system.
Our digestive system, yes, immune system, our heart, all sorts of physical problems can result from too much worry in our lives.
Yes, it can. It kind of feeds catastrophic thinking, and it can feed catastrophic thinking to the point of where I don't even want to do anything. It's like I've talked myself right out of living, and so all living requires risk. And so if we're not living out of fear, we're just freezing up, that would also have horrific implications, I would imagine.
And people often ask, where does the pattern stem from?
Yeah.
And I think typically it comes from parents, when we were kids, parents who modeled that anxious behavior, or maybe it was a troubling or traumatic experience that the person underwent, and that led to their intense caution that became total fear, and as Teri said, paralysis.
Yes, because sometimes it's actually like it could be related to PTSD or complex trauma or developmental trauma or just a trauma response. If I grew up, say, like in an abusive home where I had to be 2 steps ahead or get everything okay to be okay, that was survival growing up. But now as an adult, it's actually maladaptive. It's keeping me from being present in the current moment, and it's doing all the things we just mentioned.
So now I have a question for Teri. I'm going to surprise her with this question. Are you worried right now?
I'm so worried.
She's worried right now. What are you worried about?
I'm just worried about you. Are you okay?
I'm totally fine, and I would like us all to watch these very exaggerated scenarios. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm a little worried you might not like that too.
Oh, I think they'll be fine. Watch. Honey, I am so excited. This is wonderful. William is starting college. Wonderful.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm worried.
No, it's okay.
No, I'm worried. Like, did he pack his little sweater? And what happens if... Oh, I'm worried.
No.
He might not make any friends, and he'll be all alone, and he'll be sad and scared he'll need me. No one can cut his little sandwiches the way that I do.
Doesn't need
I'm really
it.
worried. I'm worried he won't call enough. I'm worried he won't need me anymore.
No, it's going to be fine. It's okay.
I'm worried that you're not worried.
No, I'm not
worried
worried.
that you're not taking this
boy.
serious. I'm worried.
No, but you see, you're forgetting.
scared.
But babe, hold on.
What?
William is living in the guest house, and his college is a mile away.
Oh, I'm worried. What happens if he can't leave the guest house? What happens if he's depending on us
Okay,
forever?
I give
What
up.
happens if he never really launches? I'm worried that you're leaving me. Where are you going? Where are you going? Where did William go? I'm worried I'm going to be all alone. I'm just worried. Oh, I'm worried. Nothing is ever going to work out. I'm worried.
I'm worried.
You're worried?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are you worried about? I'm worried. Are you okay?
No, I have a dental pain,
Oh my
and I think
goodness.
it could be fatal.
I'm really worried too now.
You are?
I'm really worried.
Thank
I
you.
worry so much. I worry,
What do you worry about?
What happens if it eats a hole in your face? I'm worried.
That
You know,
doesn't
I'm
sound
worried.
good.
And I'm like, what happens if I haven't checked my teeth? I missed my last appointment. I'm really worried.
I'm worried about the plague.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You're
We
worried
could all
about
get the plague.
But you're right. What happens if we are not prepared? Do you have food? Do you have an earthquake
No,
kit?
I don't.
I'm
and,
worried.
And I'm worried because I have ants in my kitchen.
Oh, not army ants. Army ants are really
I
bad. Do you know
hope
that
that-
army
no.
ants can infest your whole house?
Do you think they're army ants? Oh my God.
I'm worried. Do you know what they look like?
No.
I'm really worried.
Oh, and I'm worried about nuclear
I'm so
devastation.
worried for you.
Are you worried about nuclear devastation?
I don't know. I'm so worried about you, and I'm worried about worrying, and I'm worried about everything. I don't even want to go outside. I don't want to do anything.
We
I'm
could
worried.
go outside and we could get a parking ticket.
I'm worried.
Oh no.
It's scary. Let's
Oh,
make
no.
our world
Let's-
really small and never leave because we're worried.
We can't go outside.
Especially-
Thank you. Let's stay.
Wow, that's like overwhelming. I must feel like a neurotic mess just after watching
My heart
this.
is beating and I'm all anxious and wow,
The sky
worried.
is falling, I think.
Exactly, but we are going to give you some techniques right now
Yeah.
to help you with worry. Let's talk about thought shifting for a moment. So what I would like you to do is I would like you to think about a favorite TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Got it?
Got it.
Okay. I like that she's doing it. Now I want you to think about a pleasurable sport or activity. Got it?
Mm-hmm. Got it.
Good. And last, I want you to think about someone that you care about. Good. Look how happy she looks. All right. You've been able to do that. Clearly you've been able to do that, which means you can shift your thoughts from the worry mind, the worry thoughts, to more positive thoughts.
Wow. We have more control, even though it's really about control. This is all very complicated. How do we regulate our emotions? I like the thought shifting idea. Another thing is to realize that you're doing catastrophic thinking. And so, again, you're creating this reality that's very scary. So one way to get yourself out of this intense emotion mind is, again, my mindfulness thing I'm always talking about. We want to just stop. We want to take a breath. We want to observe how we're feeling, and we want to actually check the facts.
Right.
You want to make sure your emotions are based off the facts of the situation and not your interpretation. So if I see a dog across the street and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, dogs hate me because maybe I've had bad experiences with dogs, I'm going to stop, take a breath, and go, oh, the dog is on a leash, it's a puppy, it's 50 yards away. I can actually settle my system a little bit by stopping and checking the facts. Anything else you can think of?
I like that. I think that makes sense. I would add to that creating a positive scenario.
Okay.
Right. So here's the deal. You come into work and your boss says, I want to see you. So, right, the worry mind goes to, I'm getting fired. I would encourage you to think, if not positive, like, oh, maybe I'm getting a raise or a pat on the back, or maybe something more neutral, like, well, my boss just wants to check and see if I did the report, or maybe he has a task to give me.
Right, and if it's too much to overcorrect and be too positive, again, just balancing. So do whatever works for you, because again, you're rewiring your brain, because autopilot would be, let's fear for the worst. So change is like stopping, slowing down, and balancing. And that's what you have to kind of do. And so it's like kind of like radical acceptance. So if we talk about control, you say, I'm going to see reality as it is. So once I know what's actually going on, I see the part that I have control over. So if I'm worried about this boss meeting kind of thing, worrying's not helping me. But what I can do is I can prepare, I can sleep well, and I can do some self-care before the interview. That's what I have control over, and it keeps me in the present moment.
And I like that, and just accept the reality rather than making up a whole catastrophic scenario.
Right. Why do we want to feed our anxiety so
much?
We
shouldn't. And another way of not feeding the anxiety and going the other way is distraction. We all have hobbies and interests. It could be music, watching TV or a movie, talking to a good friend, having coffee, going for a walk. Find a way to distract. You'll deal with the problems later, but tune out or turn off that worry mind.
Yeah, think about like distract, relax, and cope. So you distract, and then you kind of self-soothe again to calm your system so you can get to a more grounded place and you can deal more effectively with whatever it is that you need to deal with. But when we're in emotion mind and we're that anxious, we're not going to be able to deal with anything the right way. We're literally in survival mode.
Right. So now, should we show them what it looks like when people follow our coaching?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's roll them, Jack. Here we go. Honey, I'm so happy for William, and I'm proud, and I think we both feel very relaxed and calm about him.
Yeah, he's found like a great community of guys,
Yeah,
like a
look at
brotherhood
him.
of sorts. They're all like little, they're called like the little helpers or something. They wear matching jackets.
Satan's helpers on the back.
Oh, yeah, some sort of helping.
something.
I don't know. But they wear
It's
like
helpful.
little matching jackets and beards, and I think they're going to
Long
do
beards.
something fun this weekend.
And the motorcycles, I like them. They make a lot of noise, but what a nice fraternity to
love
belong
little
to.
motorbikes. It's like he's belonging.
And the knives, which are just, I know they're for camping and all
Sure.
the beer is just a little frat party.
Of course, speaking of, he was wondering if you knew where the duct tape and shovels were. I think he wanted to take that with him as well.
Oh, that'd be nice. Okay. Oh, let me go get that for him.
Maybe they're planting a tree.
Oh, I feel relaxed and I just feel calm today.
Yeah, I feel so grounded and in the present moment.
Nice.
As everything must be fine with that abscessed tooth that you have.
Oh, it was a 7-hour surgery and I'm in terrible pain and it's really awful and they're going to have to reconstruct. But I'm good. And
It's fine. They're just taking out part of your jaw, right? Just a little piece?
Right there.
Oh, that's fine.
And I noticed that you did really well. I was proud of you with all the gunshots going off in the morning. How was that for you?
It was a little jarring. It woke me up. Then I had gratitude because it got me up on time. It was awesome, kind of. I was totally ahead of schedule.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Wow. I feel so much more grounded after that. I know like our videos were a little like over the top or exaggerated, but you know what? A little levity is actually therapeutic, but it also shows like the power of the mind and how much control we actually have over creating what we create in our reality. Does that make any sense? I'm a little worried that doesn't make any sense. I don't think I said that right. But basically what I'm saying, it shows the power of the mind to show what we
like to have some fun, and it's all in the best of spirits with good intention. We want to show you how wild and crazy the mind can be.
Absolutely.
Okay, so thanks for watching. Dr. K
and Teri J.
We will see you very soon.